Hey everyone, this is Primetime Vinyl. I'm Nick, and today we're going to count down my top 10 albums of 2022. I love watching these videos every year in the BC, and since it's my first year making videos, I figured I would jump on it. So let's get started. Coming in at number 10 on my list is Stray from the Path with Euthanasia. It's a little bit of a cheat album. It is a hardcore band. Very good. They have strong political views, kind of like Rage Against the Machine, which seems to fit their sound as well. If you're a fan of hardcore, or maybe just want to check out an updated, heavier version of a Rage Against the Machine type band, I suggest checking this out. This is the alternate cover for the album. I think it was limited to 100 or 250 copies. Anyway, Straight from the Path, Euthanasia, coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is another somewhat cheat for me. They are another hardcore band, Get the Shot with Merciless Destruction. It's a Canadian hardcore band. This has a lot more metal in it as far as the guitar work is concerned than Straight from the Path does. Very much like a Slayer type guitar playing on some of it. Kind of guitar solos that sound like they could have been plucked from an 80s thrash album. If you like that kind of stuff, you will love this album. Anyway, this is number 9, Get the Shot with Merciless Destruction. Number 8 is an album that I'm surprised I liked as much as I did. The last album that he did, not a fan of at all. But when I heard this, fell in love with it. And that is Ozzy Patient number 9, coming in at number 8. This is the Blue Smoke version and the alternate cover that was available at Comic-Con. Afterwards, they put a couple up for sale on his official site, and I was able to grab one of those. This album has so many good featured artists on it, and it helped the album a lot. The last album, I think it was called The Ordinary Man, was not good in my opinion, not at all. And even Elton John couldn't save it. I'm a big Elton John fan, but no, that album was not for me. This album, however, is much more of an Ozzy album to me. Also, it's the first time, I believe, that Tony Iommi has appeared on an Ozzy solo album. It's also got Taylor Hawkins, Chad from the Red Hot Chili Peppers on here, Jeff Beck, Zakk Wylde appears on the album, and it really shows in the overall production and the way that the song sounds. So Ozzy Patient number 9, coming in at number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7 is Fit for an Autopsy with Oh What the Future Holds. It's a deathcore band, and the producer for this album is also the writing guitar player. He doesn't tour with the band because he runs a very successful studio as his main career. He does a lot of really great albums as a producer and engineer. He did Straight from the Path. He did Knocked Loose new album, and I believe the album before that as well. He does Body Count's newer material. He does Thy Art is Murder as well. Just very, very good engineer and producer. If you're looking for new heavy music to listen to, check out his discography. Anything he's credited on is guaranteed to at least sound amazing. So check it out. This is Fit for an Autopsy with Oh What the Future Holds at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Ramstein's Zeit. I was going through a bit of a Ramstein phase earlier in the year, stumbled across the videos for Dick Titten and Zigzag on this album. Very visually great videos. Also, I love the bit of tongue-in-cheek stuff that Ramstein always does. This album sounds really good on vinyl, and it's just a strong album all the way through. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. That's number 6. Coming in at number 5 is The Devil Wears Prada with their album Color Decay. They're a metalcore band that got their start in 2002, 2001. The great thing about them is they don't sound like every other metalcore band from that era. They've always been a little bit ahead of the curve and a little bit more innovative than their peers. This album is a perfect example of that. It's got tracks like Watchtower, Salt, and one of my other favorite ones, Sacrifice, is really good as well. So if you haven't checked it out, if you were a fan of metalcore bands and then just kind of got sick with the oversaturation and the uniformity of all of those bands, check this out. I think you'll be surprised. So that is The Devil Wears Prada, Color Decay, coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Ghosts in Para. I know that this album and this band in general is pretty divisive in the metal community. I, however, have always been a fan of Ghost. They're a little bit gimmicky, I know. They're very poppy, I know. But for me, that's not a bad thing, especially when the songwriting is there. I've seen them live a few times, and they absolutely kill it as well. This album, I knew from the instant I heard the first 2 singles that I was going to be hooked on it. Call Me Little Sunshine and Hunter's Moon, which also appeared on the newest Halloween movie soundtrack. Anyway, this is number 4, Ghosts in Para. Coming in at number 3, Megadeth's The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Honestly, this album took me 3-4 listens to get into, and it really grew on me. Musically, this album is very, very good. However, as with the past couple Megadeth albums, really not into Dave's lyrics as of late. But musically, this album kills it. The title track is great. Night Stalkers is good. Dogs of Chernobyl is really good. And We'll Be Back is very good as well. This is the black variant that is hand numbered on the back. Anyway, very good album. It took me 3-4 listens to get into, but very strong Megadeth album. Check it out. Coming in at number 2 is Creator's Hate Uber Alice. In my opinion, the best old school thrash album of the year. It has a bit of power metal and traditional metal mixed in there, which is kind of typical of Creator in their newer albums. The best songs on here are the title track, Killer of Jesus, Conquer and Destroy, as well as Demonic Future. Just a very strong Creator album, coming in at number 2 on my list for the year. And coming in at number 1 is Lamb of God's Omens. I've seen them live a couple times this year. This album, the songs come across very well live, which isn't surprising to me because Lamb of God's always been amazing live. This album is the second album to have Art Cruz on drums, and to be completely honest, I think he does an amazing job, and I really don't miss Chris Adler in the band, even though he, of course, is a very highly thought of drummer in the metal world. But I think Art Cruz actually fits the band better as far as their kind of evolving sound and everything like that. This album, my favorite songs on it are Nevermore, Ditch, Grayscale, and the title track, Omens. So that is my number 1 album of the year. Let me know what your top 10 albums are. You can drop them in the comments or send me a link to your video. I'll probably stumble across it anyway because I love watching these videos. Anyway, that's it. This is Primetime Vinyl. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.